Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Karen Day with A Little Kinder, and I am so excited you're here. Tonight, I want to play a little bit with some mixed media. So I've got some Shimmerz paint. I've got Here I Am and Sunflower. And I'm kind of wanting, I don't really have pictures in mind per se for this, but my husband just sent me, I'll drop them in. He just sent me 2 pictures of him and our dog Riley fishing in the rain. And it was really miserable looking, and it was at night. And I really kind of want to use some of Vicki Boutin's Fernwood to go along with that. And so I'm kind of in my head, I have this really cool mixed media where I take sunflower and we kiss it on and we let it dry, and then I come back over in places with this bubble stencil. I'm not sure if you can see it. The bubble stencil in Here I Am. And then after that, come in and use probably some of the flowers, maybe some of the splats to really just kind of make a cool background. That's what's in my head anyway. So what I did was I took a piece of just regular white cardstock and I gessoed it. And I gessoed it with Vicki Boutin's gesso. Lots of different gesso brands. You've probably seen me use the clear. I just went with the white. No specific reason other than I just picked up the white to use. This to me also is a little bit gritty. I don't know if that's the right word. When I use it with the Tim Holtz paper dolls, which is where I mostly use the clear, they almost feel a little bit gritty, and I'm not sure why. It says in here that it prime surfaces and gives it tooth. Well, tooth is what paint grabs onto, and it's typically textured or gritty. And gritty may not exactly be the right word, but it's the word that's come into my head. So I don't know. When I did this one, I decided this one gives the paper tooth as well. It's just not gritty. If you've never used the Liquitex, then you might not know what I'm talking about. All right, so real quick, let's do a rundown of what I'm going to do. I have just a piece of clear acetate. I have some washi tape on it so I can find it on my surface. What I plan on doing is taking with a paintbrush some of this out, putting it on here, spritzing it with water, and then I'm going to take and rock and roll. Then I'm going to heat gun it to get it dry, and then we'll come back over. I'll take some of this, put it out, water it down a little bit, and then I'm going to use a blender brush. I don't want it so wet that it goes under the stencil, so this is going to be new. I've never done this way, but I don't know if you can use these type brushes. Okay, this is my thinking, so hang with me. Welcome to my brain. I'm not sure that it's not the scariest place on earth. But if I can use this same type of brush, and this actually is a makeup brush. It's just when I got off of eBay. It's what I've been using to ink blend with for years. But if these are used for makeup, and most of your makeups are liquid based, okay, so you follow me so long? Why can't I use this to blend on a liquid medium in paper crafting? You picking up what I'm putting down? Is it making sense to anybody? Okay, if it is, great. If not, well, this is going to be a great learning lesson. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get some of this paint out. And I'm just going to grab a round. This is a 12. I've got lots of them. This is a 12. I need to get some 8s and 10s. My next size down is a 9, which is fine. But I need to get, I really want the Dina Wakley ones. I saw those recently and I was like, oh my heck, I want that. All right, so we're just going to shake this up. This paint brand, Shimmerz, I really like. There are a couple of different formulas that it comes in. This one comes as a liquid. I hope you can see it. shimmering around. It is absolutely, this color is absolutely gorgeous. So I swatched it out, and let's see. I don't own many of them, but here is Sunflower. And so you can see that shimmer in it. It's really pretty, but look at Here I Am. Oh my heck. It's gorgeous. So I'm very hopeful. We're just gonna play. If it doesn't work, it's a piece of paper, right? You with me? All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, because I don't like sticking a dry brush into wet paint, I'm just gonna spray it down a little bit with my Tim Holtz water sprayer. You could use any sprayer. I'm gonna go in the lid. We're gonna add some of this. Ooh, my brush is not nearly wet enough. This is the downside to not having a sink where I am. All right, now we're gonna go into the paint pot. I wanna make sure this is good and mixed up, because this shimmer was yummy. All righty. We're gonna put some more of this on there. Look at that. All righty. Now we're gonna close this up, because I really feel like that is more than enough paint for what I wanna do. All righty. So here I am adding water. Ooh, I'm gonna spread it out. Now, I do know, because I know that as soon as I go to flip this, because of how wet this liquid is, it is probably going to splash off. And I'm gonna be ready for that. So here we go. Ready? Ooh. Oh my goodness, look at this. So this is just kind of that rock and roll kiss. Oh, y'all, this is gorgeous in real life. I hope you can see in the camera what's going on. All right, now I'm gonna get out here and get some of the little splattery bits. Oh, so pretty. I can see on my end the texture and the gesso. All right, do you see that? Oh, isn't it gorgeous? All right, I wanna add a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna dry it. I'm gonna hit it with a dryer. Hit it with a dryer. I don't want it crispy dry. I just kind of want the thin stuff to be dry. And then I'm gonna hit the plastic with a little more water. Let's see if I can't get some tonal effects going, meaning, can I get this to be lighter in sunshine? The shimmer just makes me so happy. I'm gonna turn this. All right, here we go. Y'all, it's like having paint for days. I like that. I really don't think it did that kind of tonal thing that I was thinking it might do. I'm gonna spray it a little bit more. So this is really the first attempt I have had at doing this kind of thing with this specific product. Speak. Words. Words are hard. All right. Add a little more water. I think really all the water is doing, to be real honest, is allowing me to pick up some paint and move it. Alrighty, I really like how that looks. And there's really not a whole lot left on my clear acetate. So we're gonna set that aside. I'm gonna dry it a little bit more, because what I don't wanna have happen is when I start to brayer the Here I Am, I really don't want the gold to lift. And I may decide that I don't want to put those dark fishing photos on this beautiful, beautiful background. I don't know. We'll see. I was kind of thinking the play of the light and the dark. My husband wears a headlamp. And so when I looked at the pictures, they're focused on Riley. So you see like the little doggy there in the light. It just, I don't know. So that was a thing. I was thinking, ooh, that might work. All right. Here we go. that looks dry enough. Now for the experiment part. We're either going to be really happy or really sad here in a minute. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I need to get some Here I Am out of here. I wonder if I have a flat. Ooh, I do. All right, so this is a flat. This is a Ranger. They call it a 3/8. I'm going to take a little bit of this paint, the Here I Am, with all of its sparkly yumminess. Put it down. Now I'm going to spray it with some water. And take my paintbrush and I'm going to mix it up. All right, so remember I am working off this idea of makeup. So this could be an absolute disaster or it could be absolutely wonderful. All right, we're going to soak that up. And I'm going to go over. Now, one thing I know is that my paper is not remotely flat. Like, no way, no how. So I don't want, oh, I like this. I do like this. It did go under my stencil a little bit. So I'm going to kind of pick some of that up. You can see the little dotty dots. Yep, that's a thing, dotty dots. I need some more of this. So here I am. Here I am putting some more paint down. All right, so this is working. It is giving me color. It's giving me texture. It's giving me all kinds of yumminess. Because it's the first time doing it, I'm not really sure I even know how to tell someone how much water or any of that. I just stuck my finger in the gold. And I'm wondering if, for me, if the reason that I'm getting paint under my stencil is because my paper is not flat. And it could be. I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh, y'all, look at how pretty that is. Can you see all the shimmer and shine? Okay, I really like that. That really went where I wanted it to go. Now what do I want to do? I really kind of like that. I really think that we ought to stop here, let this dry. Again, we smushed. So other people call it kissing, but remember we took and put paint onto the acetate or the plastic. Y'all, this seriously is out of some packaging. It's super thin, but it works. We took it and we did the rock and roll. And smushed. And then I took some of the Shimmerz paint, added some water to it over here on my glass mat, used my makeup sponge to pick it up. Actually, that is actually dry on there. I wonder. Okay, now I'm thinking. Now I'm like, I wonder what happens if I pick up just some water in that area. What would happen? Let's see. Let's put this down right here. Let's see if it picks up this yummy shimmer that's left. Let's see. Oh, it does. Y'all, I am really loving this. So my thought was, if it works on makeup, why wouldn't it work with stencils? Now you can see side by side, this was the first area we did with the yam. This is the second area, so it is getting lighter, but I kind of like that. Okay. So I'm going to go clean up my stencil. I'm going to clean up my brush because I don't want to ruin either of them. Again, this is off of Amazon. It is a makeup brush. I will see what I can do about finding the set. They had all different sizes, and I know a lot of people have blender brushes, but you may not want to use this technique with your regular blender brushes, and so I'm going to go ahead and link that. Shimmerz Paint is from Shimmerz. I love them. They have a monthly kit. So we use Sunflower and Here I Am. I really like the colors together. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, the stencil was a Vicki Boutin. It's a Vicki Boutin color study, I think. But I love it. It's just these great bubbles. And we're going to let this dry and hang out. And then I'll come back in a minute and we'll finish out the layout. So hang on. We'll be back to finish the layout in a second.